Hello and welcome or welcome back to our Conjurer playthrough. So it looks like we started our next Conjurer quest and call the desert. I need to speak with Mother Mione for that one, so she is just right out here. Mione has information on a new task. So you're not adverse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Uldar. Once you arrive, seek out Mamodi, the proprietress of the quicksand. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, and good luck. Alright, so definitely going to do the Conjurer one first because that's in the same area. So that's South Shroud. Yes, I did get that, so let's head to Quarry Mill and investigate the corruption there. Oh, there we go. That was brilliant, but it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north. No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. Oh, and we've got enemies here. I wonder if I can get around them. I might not be able to get around these ones. Oh well. Ah! Crap. Okay, and thank you to that warrior and that sage that took out the enemies for me. Let's see if I can get this done before they respawn. You're doing really well, but I think there's another one, and, well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. That is a fence. Nice work. The earth here feels healed, and yet there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger. I think I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Isumi said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here, somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? Well, I mean, looking is one thing. Let's sink to level 34. I've got this. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voice of the forest to notice that, do you? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, the sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less. Well, it just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath, or hiding. Do you see that? It's just in that one spot there, the air seems wrong. Oh, I remember this thing casts regen on itself. This is probably going to be a long fight. Voice sent, I've heard Brother Isumi speak of them. Be careful, you get paralyzed if you meet its gaze. Am I supposed to be checking out the tainted earth? Oh crap. Okay, so the tainted earth spars moved over there. I remember the fart being more annoying. She's gone insane. Wonderful. Isn't it amazing? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? You know, the game could have made it not raining. I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry, healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Isumi. Back to the Conjurers Guild we go. Oh, popular little place. I might just stand it to the side. Welcome back. Ah, thank you. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders? Well, the forest was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. And it's not Oscar's fault. It's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Ackerman has taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I am not mistaken, Sylvie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you... Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remembered thinking how badly I wanted to help, and then suddenly I felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this. It is clear to me that your journey with Sylvia has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you're ready for the last of my teachings. Thus it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavours. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall and the wind guide your path. Yay! Oh, these are all too high level for me. Anyway, I think I might just take the pants. Oh, I do love me my cure too. Alright, and then to Uldar, which I might go via the airship. The quicksand, so... Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now if you wouldn't mind showing yourself too. Judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for the ale. Are you called Oscar Christie by any chance? Maybe. Mione sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to me prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Into a copper hell. Momodi is waiting to brief you on your task. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. God's almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire, a tankard of ale if you would be so kind. Excellent timing, Papashan. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. So this strapping young lad is the much lauded adventurer, is he? Marvellous, marvellous. Ah, thank ye. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir. I am Papashan, formerly of the Sultan Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to apprise him of his mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as... That's not happening. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the giants to work with their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the giants, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copper Bell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task in which you have to undertake. I will not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copper Bell mines are in Western Thanaland. Do take care, you hear? Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee at Amagina and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copper Bell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Ah, directly behind us. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copper Bell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I hope you've got skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The Giants have left the place in a right state and nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copper Bell was old when the second Ul dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well that about the Giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches are keeping watch over the place in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Okay, speak with the stone torch before Copper Bell mines. Oh, Horizon. I'm not attuned to that yet, so... Looks like we're going for another bit of a run. And we'll be back when I finally arrive there. Okay, so I just grabbed the Aetherite in Horizon because it's the only one in Western Thanaland, and it would be kind of silly not to grab it. And it wasn't that far out of the way either. Okay, so we've got friendly bombs and friendly copper goblins. Stone torch. There's been an incident in some Copper Bell mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained. But for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the giants? I am not going to try and spit out that name. I didn't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Copper Bell mines now accessible. I don't think this is a level 30, so I might put my cure back there. Alright, now time to sign up for Copper Bell mines. We'll see if we can get some random friendos to join us. Wonderful. I just realised I still don't have my job stone. Okay, now remember that this got a leash. Oops. I was gonna say, I don't know if he's gonna pull or not, but I decided to pull for him. Okay, our paladin seems a bit cautious, which is fine. I'm very happy with cautious tanks. Nope, okay, now he's actually pulling the slot, okay. My recast time seems to be a bit slower than I'm used to in my other character. Okay, now normally on my other character I do just spam in these AoEs because being so low level they do so little damage, but I think I might give the tank just a bit more faith in me and avoid them. So, looks like the safe spot's going to be over here. Isn't he, or does he seem a little stuttery? Wonderful. I might need that and just pass on those. Because I just remember that my accessories are kind of trash at the moment. Now, the one thing I love about these elevators is that they did a really good job on the physics side of that, where if you jump, you take a bit longer to land. Where is everybody? Huh. Oh wow, okay, so between our Lancer and our Pugilist, they're doing some really good damage. Slaves no more. Free. Free! And yet still wearing the magic talon. Never again. Never. Even the tank busters aren't really anything to worry about at this level. Which, I mean, is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Yes. And I'll give that to my tank. And what do we have in... Okay, I got a plundered battle axe. Wonderful. Okay, now... Oh, okay, so it just threw me back out. Alright, so, report to Painted Mesa, which is Uldar. And to the Adventurers Guild. Okay, my eye level is very slowly raising, which is good. Oh, I did not know that this was an instance. Okay. Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Uldar will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. No! Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the Brass Blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is my witness. Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of you. I swear on my mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with my own coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. I'm a conjurer. What the heck could I possibly do? And who the hell's are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot teach them a lesson. I'm gonna get so hurt. Okay, I did not get nearly as sad as I thought I would. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hells do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you, throw us over. Oh, that's right. We have the echo. I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Uldar has a reputation for being prosperous. So it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worst, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they may be, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, get your dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Uldar was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. I do apologise if you can hear my dog barking in the background. Sir, are you alright? What now? Do you mean to threaten a defenceless citizen? Well, you had no issue attacking a defenceless woman. What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave that poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? I will overlook this, but just this once. God bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Get home to your children. Case closed. Hello again. We've been keeping a close eye on you since you left Gridania. That's not creepy. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccably and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers. But more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a gil by doing so. Don't remind me. You are possessed of all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. Of this we are convinced. Even if you were kind of dragged into that business with the dodo meat. Yes, thank you, Ida. Ahem. And now there is the matter of your gift. I dare say you are curious as to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago. Well, we can help you understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. And meeting her is only the beginning, for we would also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavours in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, and I sincerely hope you will, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She will tell you where to find us. Bye, Papa Flaps. Wait a minute. We haven't even told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anybody, except for Momodi. She already knows. Oh! Alright, speak with Momodi, and away we go. Seems like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Probably? Saying that, if you find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go posturing me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woe with the womenfolk from time to time. Ah, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. By gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're certainly every ill in the adventurer Mione said you'd be. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing the time. I realised you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. Wait, I remember you. You're the conjurer that apparently let somebody die. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dusk to dawn. No, dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I'll say I do not remember meeting him. I believe that he would have succeeded, had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, and of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. I shan't forget. Thank you. I pray that we'll meet again. Fare you well. I get the feeling I'm going to find her corpse. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't know what ought to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the ass looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post. And I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours. And what did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the 7th Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Hey! 2 more levels, and then I can get my job stone. Alright, so next up, the Science of the 7th Dawn. Momodi is ready to tell you what she knows about the Scions of the 7th Dawn. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on the door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose, on account of being all done. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust the Scions of the 7th Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you. Like us. Yay! Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out in western Thanaland. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, and the days ahead promise to be busy. But I hope you won't forget about them. as helped make you into their adventurer you are. What? But I hope you won't forget about them. Oh, I think that's as they helped make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring. Tell who? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. I think you may have been dipping into your own supply at the end there. Okay, go to the Waking Sands in Vesper Bay. Okay, this way. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be another run, and it's a run I am very used to. Because for the longest time, I didn't realise I had Vesper Bay tickets that took me directly there. And I think for like a good 2/3 of ARR, I used to just run this route. So this is almost nostalgic. Oh yes, before we head in, I might do this one quickly. So, colour your world, I will do. Swagin, Swagin wants to show you a whole new world of colour. You there, yes you, the decisively unfashionable adventurer. Rude! God be good, never in my life have I seen such unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost to form. The mere sight of you fair makes my eyes bleed. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of colour. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Only fair. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I have moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. Pray tell, have you bought my orange juice? Lest you have forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Whew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring colour into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of colours. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance. A change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there is no fear of getting locked into one colour. The garish pink that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some colour into your life. Yay! So I've learnt dyeing, and next will be glamoring. She wishes to impart to you her knowledge of glamours. Oh dear, 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 this will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? It's not that bad. My dear, if only you'd spare a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle because there's little else going for it. That's it, I've made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where to ever begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the paste and ask Falkland. I'll have some blood orange juice, and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now off you go. Oh, Swagwin sent you, did she? That woman, I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take a malm. How's that drink coming along? Here you are. Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Right. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image of one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same, it just takes on a new appearance, that's all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Fair. Limitless possibilities of self-expression are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try, and do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Glamour is now available, which means I should be able to access the glamour chest, and you may use dresses to transform all items into glamours and create ensembles for quick and easy use. Wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, and now go to the Waking Sands. Tataru. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Trollololo, lololo, lololo. Ah! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to. Here at the behest of Ida and Papalimo. My sincerest apologies. May I have your name, please? Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Speak with the Scion of the Seventh Dawn. I take it you're Oscar Christie. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Impressive. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Alright, bronze pieces it is. And I've got tickets. Yes.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
I've played this before.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the primals.
Okay.
So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. Tataru! The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the Retainer's Registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the service of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavours. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now, you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Retainer is now available. Wonderful. A wild rose by any other name. Alright, I think I might start this one. And then find an inn. I might go with the inn at All Dark this time. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. You've already said that. I don't know what is your desire for yourself. You've already said this as well. Nor what it is that first brought you to Eorzea, but they're literally repeating themselves. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Minfilia is waiting to hear whether or not you would... Like we have a choice in the matter.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome. I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the 7th Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family.
Ew.
But without further ado, I would assign you your first task.
Do you gotta sound so happy while saying that?
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
No, thank you.
You have my thanks.
The one person in this room that has absolutely no experience when dealing with primals, you get to lead the investigation.
If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Alright. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spat of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attacks on the caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Eisenbard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Okay, but this episode has definitely run long enough, so I will just teleport. Whoops, I need that. To Ulda and go to the Adventurers Guild. Oh, I like the simplicity of this room. Alright, now while I'm in here, I can dump this stuff into my glamour chest. Alright, and that is that. So next time we'll pick up in Camp Drybone and continue on with the MSQ until we can level up and I can finally get my job stone, become a white mage instead of just a conjurer. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, bye.